Good morning, students. Today we will discuss some more important topics of chapter 2, Geography of class 9. In last video, we have discussed about the division of Himalayas on the longitudinal basis, and we have seen there are three parallel ranges named as Himadri, Himachal or Lesser Himalayas and Shivalik. In this video, we will discuss division of Himalayas on the basis from regions from west to east. And very important to understand that these divisions have been demarcated by river valleys. तो इन regions को जो demarcation दिया गया है on the basis of river valleys दिया गया है, इसलिए river valleys को समझना important है. So the area or the part of Himalayas which lies between Indus and Satluj river is known as Punjab Himalayas. It is also known as Kashmir and Himachal. Next one is the part of Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali river is known as Kumaon Himalayas. And these Kali river and Tista rivers demarcate the Nepal Himalayas. The part of Himalayas lying between Tista and Dihang river is known as Assam Himalayas. There is a Dihang gorge which is very important to understand, because in next video we are going to discuss about Purvachal. So first we will discuss what do we mean by a gorge. A gorge is a narrow valley with steep rocky walls located between hills or mountains. Once again I am repeating, a gorge is a narrow valley. It is a narrow valley with steep rocky walls located between hills or mountains. In Arunachal Pradesh, when Brahmaputra enters into India, it makes a gorge. So the area beyond the gorge is very important to understand. So in next video we will discuss about the Dihang Gorge and the Purvachal. Students, we have already discussed the three parallel ranges of Himalayas, and today in last video we have discussed about the division of Himalayas on the basis of regions, and they were demarcated by the rivers. Now here we can see that the Himalayas in the eastern part of India is bending towards the south, and this part beyond the Dihang river is known as Purvachal, and we can see three hills which are named as Garo, Khasi and Jantia. And here also to the Tropic of Cancer we have seen that to the south of Arunachal Pradesh or to the south of eastern part of India we can see three mountain ranges or three hills which we are going to discuss in this video. So let's focus here. The Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of Himalayas. It is very easy to understand. And beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. We have seen in the map that how Himalayas are bending sharply to the south of India, and this part is known as Purvachal or the eastern hills and mountains. These hills running through the northeastern states are mostly composed of strong sandstone. यहाँ पर जो रॉक्स पाए जाते हैं वो स्ट्रॉन्ग सैंडस्टोन्स होते हैं. दैट्स वाई जो हमने लास्ट वीडियो में पढ़ा था गॉर्ज के बारे में, वाई दे आर हैविंग ए स्टीप रॉकी वॉल्स, because the rocks are very strong and they are sedimentary rocks. So the rivers has to work very hard to cut these hard rocks, so they create a narrow valley, and these valleys are also very deep. These are covered with dense forest and they mostly run as parallel ranges and valleys. The Purvachal comprises the three major hills. Here we can see these hills are Patkai Hills, the Naga Hills, the Manipur Hills and the Mizo Hills. So in map again we will discuss. Here we can see that Garo, Khasi, Jantia, the hill which is very close to Tropic of Cancer is I have pointed them with their names, and these are Manipur Hills, Mizo Hills, Naga Hills and Patkai Hills. This is This is Patkai Hills, this is Naga Hills, and this is Mizo Hills, which are also known as Manipur Hills. So once again we are discussing that to the eastern part of India, which is known as Purvachal, it is composed of important hills. Their names are Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, and the Manipur Hills and the Mizo Hills also. So in next video we will discuss about the northern plains of India and their formation. Students, now we will discuss about the northern plains of India, its formation, and also why this area is having a high density of population, why it is densely populated physiographic division of India. So we are going to discuss. So first we will understand that these northern plains has been formed by the interplay of three major rivers, which are Brahmaputra, Indus and Ganga, along with their tributaries. This plain is formed from alluvial soil. How? Because all the sedimentation or the deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying at the foothills is done by the Himalayas. We know that there are plenty of rivers which originate from Himalayas and they carry alluvium or silt with them, and in the lower part of their course their capacity to carry the silt or the alluvium is decreased, so they leave the silt on the basin, and this has created the great North Indian plains. This plain is very fertile. This has been created over millions of years, formed this fertile plain, and it spreads over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. This plain is about 2400 kilometer long and around 300 kilometer broad. It is a densely populated physiographic division with a rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply. Once again, it is very important to understand reason behind its densely population is that it is having a adequate water supply from the plenty of rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, and also the climate is also favorable and the soil is very, very fertile. That's why it is agriculturally a productive part of India. So northern plains plays a very, very important role in physiographic division of India, and your states like Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, entire Bihar and some part of Assam lies into this northern plain of India, which are very fertile. Thank you.